good? How you doing? Good?
What's good? It's your boy Ojizz on the track. Rocking with my man
Tracey Lee, what's happening, man? What's going on out there? So, Jizz, when we, I guess, came up with this idea here, it was a situation where, okay, we're doing press for a project, and we'll get into the project,
Right.
but we thought it would be kind of unique if we interviewed each other as opposed to, or in those type of situations will come down the line, but why not properly introduce the project to the people by introducing us to the world with one another and asking each other questions about the project and how
Right.
it all went down, you know what I mean?
Right, just kind of take it a level, up another notch, basically, you know, so.
So with that being said, how did this situation even come about from your perspective?
But I just know, like, me and you, we've been trying to work together for a minute.
Indeed.
Probably, I don't know, look, since the Starvation days, which was probably like an old between 2009 and 2010.
Yep.
So it's like, ever since then, it's like, it's been kind of like a rat race trying to catch each other, you know. But fortunately, finally locked.
Absolutely.
I'm just thankful, that the opportunity even came about.
No doubt. Absolutely.
No,
real talk.
Yeah.
Now, from the outset, did you already have a sound in mind for me per se, or how, like the sound? Because I know you as a producer, when you work with different artists, there's something organically that comes about as you're working with them, and then you start to realize, oh, okay, we can go over here.
Right.
Or you already know the artist and say, I'm coming with a predetermined sound that I think fits. So with this situation, what happened?
See, the thing about that is I had no idea what I was going to do. I just knew whatever it is, I'm going to kill it. That's all I thought, because I already knew, coming from your background and everything, I already knew, like, where your head was at as far as like beats are concerned and stuff like that. I didn't want to go that route. I didn't want to go the safe route with you, because if anybody even talk about like right, when they talk about Trey Lee, what they gonna say? Oh, the cat from the '90s, the boom bap dude.
Yep.
I don't look at you like that. You're an artist. If anybody understands what you did with Many Faces, the thought process that took. I
think I went over people's head with that, though.
No, you went way over people's head. Way over. And the thing is, like, that's perfect, because I go over people's heads with my beats.
That's true. I
just had a conversation with one of my buddies earlier this morning, telling him that a lot of my tracks go over people's heads. Like, they'll hear it, and they'll be like, yo, the joint is hard, but they just have this blank expression on their face, like they don't know what to do with it. Anybody else that's musically inclined, not taking away from people that that does it for a hobby or anything like that. But I'm just saying, like, people that's really into it, like, they gravitate towards me.
Right.
And I had to realize coming up that that's what I want. I want those type of artists, because I don't like just. Well, I'm just saying, I don't like dumbing myself down.
Hey, man, I'm with you on that.
And honestly, in this game, of course, in some capacity, you have to.
Yeah.
But
you can still be artistic with it.
Exactly. And that's the point. And that's what people they don't get that. Right. It's either all or nothing. There's no in between with that.
All right. So would you say, okay, so let's start from the beginning. The first song that we did is going to be the single that we about to drop in a minute, right?
Yes, sir.
So
that's crazy.
Oh, right, Banana, the Doc Brown joint.
Yeah,
Doc Brown. Be on the lookout for that.
Yeah.
Like literally real soon. But when we did that joint, still, I'm gonna go back to was it that record that was the catalyst for what direction you might have wanted to take it, or did it take a couple of more records to finally figure out, okay, this is where we're going with it? Because we always said we want to bridge the gap. That was our main thing. We want to bridge the gap without compromising who we are. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're in my eyes, you're a genius, dog. Like, you're a one-stop shop. You know what I'm saying? You do it all. You do the photography. You do the beats. You do the videos. You do the editing. You know what I'm saying? Like, the way your brain works is bananas, right? So, but we come from Let's call it like it is. We come from probably a little bit of a, we got a generation gap.
Yeah.
Probably like a 10-year span, maybe. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So what I bring to the table, what you bring to the table, it's like, and I guess on its surface, it's not the perfect mesh, but we made it the perfect mesh because you come from a generation that practiced this type of thing, and I came from this type of thing. So the goal was to bridge the gap.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So was it that Doc Brown record that set it off, or was it a couple of more records that, to really make you see the picture as far as bridging the gap?
I look at Doc Brown. That is honestly, Doc Brown is actually the dessert. We haven't even got to the appetizer and the main course yet.
So we went backwards.
We went backwards.
Ooh, I like that.
Doc Brown literally is the dessert of this whole project for us.
Why do you call it the dessert?
I call it the dessert is because, like I said before, we want to bridge the gap.
Right.
We did that perfectly with that record.
Right.
But once people see and hear your take and my vision as far as like the video is concerned and things like that, it's going to come together and people are going to realize like, oh, this is not just your average track. This has a very deeper meaning to it. That's why I say that's the dessert, because we're putting sprinkles, we putting fuzz, we putting everything on that thing for real to make it what it is. Because that record is incredible.
No, man, it's crazy. It's crazy.
You feel me?
Yeah.
And that's why I say that is the dessert. Now, when it comes to the other records, like, then we're making up the full meal. Like I said, we're still working backwards. You just did a record, I want to say, last month, entitled Smoke.
Oh.
Yo, the reason why I think that record is just so crazy, because, like I said, it's the perfect balance. And that's what we needed for the project, because we didn't want to be one-dimensional. You feel me? We wanted to take you on a journey, so to speak, with this entire project.
Agreed.
You know, and speaking on the project, like, who are some of the people that you got, you know, with this project that make up this project?
Oh man, and the people that we got, it was strategic. It wasn't just a name drop thing. You know what I'm saying? You know how most people, they put projects together and they try to get, you know, either marquee artists or artists just because they got a name out there to affiliate and associate and all that. I got real art, like, not real artists, because they're all artists. Everybody, you know what I'm saying, pretty much are artists in this game.
True.
But I got artists that complemented what we were doing the best.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? I got my man Eric Roberson. I've done plenty of records with him. You know what I'm saying? And so the chemistry has always been there. He was on my last album, the ESQ album. He was on Howard Girls, and he was on The Hunger. And then I was on his album as a Music Fan First. No, not Music Fan First. The Box. I was on his album called The Box. Lust for Love. Lust for Love. Lust for Love. Lust for Love or Lust? One of the two. But Lust and Love is what you look for when you look at The Box. You know what I'm saying? So we already had a chemistry there. You know what I mean? So it was just a natural thing when you sent me that track. I think you called it Skylight.
Yeah, it's called the Skylight.
Yeah. So, but I heard nothing but him on that record. Then you got Cy Smith. And by the way, Eric Roberson went to Howard University. That's how I know HU, you know, all that. But then Cy Smith also went to HU. You know what I mean? And we had talked about doing, you know, music for years. So finally, the opportunity came up with the Spoken For record, which is a certified.
Yeah, y'all definitely will be hearing that on the radio. So I already know.
Yeah, that's a smash. And so I just heard her voice on there.
Right.
What you did with the track. I heard her voice on there, sent it to her, easy breezy, sent it back, it was a wrap.
Oh yeah, no time. I think it was what, like 2 days?
Yeah, that's it.
Like 2 days for her.
But see, that's what good music does. It inspires you to get it done. You know what I mean? And then, the surprise, for all the people out there, if you remember Mindless Behavior, remember the little kids, like maybe 10 years ago, they was the hottest kids. They was like the next what's them boys' names?
Well, like B2K.
Yeah, they was like the next B2K. They was like, you know, they was that generation's B2K. Mindless Behavior, the lead singer, my man Prodigy. So it was like, you know, going back to bridging the gap. You see what I'm saying?
The way we're going to do it, the way we're going to word it is going to throw everybody like, wait a minute, hold up.
Yep.
Prodigy from Mindless Behavior.
Word. Word.
Like, what are they doing? Like, hold up.
Yeah.
You got T. Lee.
Yep.
You got Prodigy.
Yeah.
Hey, and it's funny because like when I was making the track, if you can remember, I called you like
I remember.
it was early in the morning. I called you. I said, "Yo, I got this track," and everybody that knows me, when I call you at this early in the morning, it is special. And I call you and I say, "Yo," I don't even say hello.
Yeah.
I just say, "Yo."
Yeah.
I got this track. Everybody already knows it's gonna be crazy.
Yep.
So I did that.
Yep.
I did that. I said, "Yo, I got this track."
Yep.
And he automatically was like, "Oh man, hold up, Jizz. I'm gonna call you in like 15 minutes." I was like, "All right."
Yep.
Called me.
Yep.
Called me back, and he was like, I was like, "Yo, this joint is gonna. It might throw you off in the beginning."
Yep. No, matter of fact, you let me hear it at the crib.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I told him about it first.
Yeah, you
I
sure
told him about it
did.
first.
You sure did.
Then he came to the crib because we had a session that day anyway.
Yep.
And the crazy thing is, like, he was like, "Yo, what is that?" I said, "That's the track I was talking about."
Quote unquote, my exact words.
And
Not
then,
what is that? What the hell is that? That's what I said.
and I was like, "That's the track I was talking about." And after that, I mean, he got up. This is Trey. Literally got up.
Yep.
When he starts pacing,
Yep.
back and forth, I know we got something.
Yep.
I know
That's exactly what happened, dog.
And it's just crazy,
man.
because I was like, "Yo, you know who I hear? I hear Prodigy on this track."
That's right. That's
And
right.
he was like, "Say no more, no more." Got on the horn, and his pops answered the phone.
Yep.
And rap.
Yep. We set the joint up for the next session.
Yep.
They came through. Prodigy came through. The artist that he is. You know what I'm saying? We
Yeah.
sat back. You know what I mean? He wrote his joint. You know what I'm saying? Got on the joint. And I mean, it was just a perfect fit. It wasn't, it may need this. Nah. We got through that record easy.
Yeah, that joint was. That's when you know you got something, because though when it's effortless like that,
Yep.
there's nothing like it.
But I mean, that record is magic, man. That's all I can say about that. And it's out of my comfort zone, which is what you did throughout the whole album. You know what I'm saying? You made me go, and see, that's what I like. I like producers that make me go out of my comfort zone. You know what I'm saying? That make me, you know what I'm saying, experiment with flows and touch it in a different way, pause.
Right.
And you know what I'm saying, all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? I may say some pausable things here, so I'm gonna keep pausing myself every time I say it.
Sorry, I'm gonna do a blooper reel for that, just cause.
You know what I mean? So, but yeah, those are the features on the album, man, and everything else is just me. You know what I'm saying? It's a 10-song album. You know what I'm saying? We got, you know, I mean, let's dig deeper into it a little bit. We got pretty much, and not purposely, it was a feel. We got pretty much any type of mood or groove or vibe you want, we got it on this record. But it was organic and it was natural. It was nothing forced. It was what we felt.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
What is the name of it though?
Expect the unexpected.
There you go.
Befitting, right? Befitting. Expect the unexpected. Whatever you expected, then you can expect the unexpected. Whatever you expected, don't expect that, basically.
Because whatever you're thinking, it's not going to be that.
It's not that.
I guarantee you.
It's not that.
I guarantee you.
Trust me. Like I was saying before, you know, I give you the bars on Doc Brown. And I'm going to give you the bars throughout the whole joint. Let's not get that twisted.
Word.
It's just the way it's presented that's
Right.
different. You see what I'm saying? So that's my perspective of the project. Now, what do you anticipate this project doing? Where do you anticipate this project going? Do you think it will accomplish what we set out to accomplish, which is giving listeners, giving the people that know us for what we do,
Right.
what they expect. That's the only part, right? If you expect something, you're going to expect quality. But do you also think that it did its job with regards to introducing a new demo, introducing, you know, somebody that never heard of us before to something that's like, yo, who are these people and what are they doing, and this is bananas? Do you think we accomplished that?
Oh yeah, most definitely. Like,
Why?
I think that this project, like we said before, the whole gist of it was bridging that gap, and we definitely did that not only with the features but with the beats. You know, it has to be in sequence. You got not only just with your features, because honestly, your features ain't gonna make you out. Like, what's your content? It's your content. What's going on up here?
Say it again for the people in the back, please, louder. Like, I don't think they heard you. Like, you know what I mean?
To make up that foundation, it is about your content, you know, your wordplay, your beats, of course. Like that.
That's actually, to me, that's first.
That's
like,
the key.
And that's the trick that I kind of, well, a lot of people haven't mastered, especially a lot of great MCs. To me, it's because their MCmanship, and I think I'm making that word up, but I'm going to use it for these purposes. Your MCmanship outweighs the sound. You know what I'm saying? Because you're too busy trying to make sure you barring people out. So in your attempt to bar people out, you forget about the other elements that bring the people in for you to bar them out. You know what I'm saying? They don't even get to the bars if it ain't sonically where it's supposed to be. And that's the thing that I've learned throughout the years. So that's where your production, it's like, I don't even care if you don't get to the bars until later. I just need your attention now. And that's where the production comes in. If the production is like that, if you get the bars 10 years later, I'm good. Because you've already been rocking to me for 10 years up to that point. And then when you get to my joints 10 years later, it's like, ooh, he said that? I didn't catch that, you know what I mean? Because you were too busy, you know what I'm saying? Or, you know what I mean? Like, and that's what you need from the rip, because people's attention span is short, which comes to the other great part about this album. There's not a record more than 3 minutes, right?
That is very
like we got a 30-minute project.
That is very true.
Literally, like between a 25 and 30-minute project, right?
Yep, you got it.
That's where it's at right now. Like again, people's attention span is short. We're talking about bridging the gap. We know these kids, they own one thing and it's on to the next. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't hit them with it right away, you lose their attention.
Right.
So that's the part I love. Probably besides, you know, the music itself, that's the part I love the most. Like, we were able to accomplish bangers.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? 10 bangers, and all of them 3 minutes or less. Bananas. Unheard of. You know
That's what we did. You know, and I'm just so, like I tell you almost every day, I cannot just stop thinking about this shit. Like, you know, when you got something good, that joint is on your mind constantly.
Yeah.
Like falling in love or something.
Yeah.
The thing is, you're falling in love with this music all over again.
Yeah. It makes you want to do it. Hold on. And so I turned the tables on him, right? Like, he was the one pushing me the whole time. Right? The whole time. But then I turned the tables on him.
Yeah.
And I told him, what I tell you, Jizz?
Yo, Jizz,
Yep.
You ever heard of Afro beats? I was like, where you going at with this, man? Man, it's these cats I've been listening to for real, and lately, man, I feel that's what we need for this. You know me, I ain't no punk. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, all right, let's do it. You feel me? Let's do it.
Yeah.
Yo, real talk, this is my very first Afro beat that I have ever done. I've done tons of different genres, but I've never tapped into the Afro beat section.
And he murdered it. That's what I'm saying? He murdered it.
So, expect the unexpected.
Expect the unexpected.
That's that, you know. So, I mean, with that saying, you know, we're going to keep y'all too long.
No doubt.
But I just want to say, man, it's been a pleasure.
Oh, man. Come on, man. This is just the beginning, son. We scratching the surface.
You already know.
We scratching the surface. And for anybody out there that's afraid of a little competition, be afraid. Be very afraid. You understand? We're not playing around here. Expect the unexpected.
Let's get it.